Well, this is certainly a surprise. I have to say, never thought anyone could get past my security, which makes you quite the gifted infiltrator. The rest of you are dismissed, and I suggest you don't come back into my office until you've found the weaknesses in our security and have eliminated them. Now get out. Well, that should keep them busy for a good long while. I don't have the patience to deal with their failure more than once today. You, on the other hand, I'm going to take my time with you. And I'll do whatever it takes to get some answers. 'Cause you've done something no one else has managed. You surprised me. I planned 10 moves ahead. Nothing ever messes with my plans. But you managed to worm your way in here. What I don't understand is why. And I hate not understanding someone's motivations. Now, before you start crying that you'll never talk no matter what I do to you, don't worry. I won't even try to make you talk. You just sit there, completely at my mercy, while I give you my theories. Let's see how well you control those facial expressions. Well, to start with, I don't think you're an assassin sent here to kill me. It would have been easy to find me once you were on estate grounds. But you were specifically on the other side of the house instead. So you were looking for something? Looks like that poker face of yours needs some work. Looking for something, then. Now, what on the earth could be in that part of the house that you would need? I know you weren't lost, 'cause my guards found those blueprints of yours. I'll definitely have to make those disappear, including any other copies you may have. Can't have anyone else sneaking around my house, can I? And I must admit, I had no idea any copies still existed at all. I take great care in protecting myself. But let's deal with that later. You see, the problem that I have right now is that I don't even know who you're working for. I have my fair share of enemies. You don't build an empire like mine without ruffling a few feathers. But which one decided to hire you? Judging by the tools you had on you, you're a thief. Professional, in fact. You got in and out of places without anyone knowing you were ever there. At least, until someone makes a commotion about whatever item was taken. But by then, you've put so much distance between you and your mark that the trail goes cold. How am I doing so far? You seem rather flustered. Looks like I wasn't the only one being surprised today. Your employer really should have warned you better. You may be good at getting into someone's house, but I'm good at getting into someone's head. Sometimes even their heart. No. Well, that's interesting. That comment really made you uncomfortable for some reason. What was it about it that bothered you? Does someone have a little crush? So that's what it is. but it's not you. No, that's your employer. I see now. You're uncomfortable because whoever hired you told you I seduced them and manipulated them. Not saying it's untrue, but even you must see how pathetic it is to send a professional thief to get something from me out of petty revenge for breaking their little heart. I can see the regret in your eyes. You wish you had never taken this job, don't you? You had no idea what you were getting yourself into when you agreed to get on my bad side. But don't worry, I won't kill you. No, it would be a waste to destroy such talent, not to mention such a handsome face. Now, since your employer sent you so carelessly into the viper's nest without proper preparation, you really don't owe them any sort of allegiance or loyalty. So, how much were you getting paid for this job? I'll double it just for you to tell me who sent you and what they were after. No. That's too bad. You're honorable to a fault, aren't you? I have trouble believing that your employer is worth all this. The possibilities of who it could be are endless. So what were you after? The only thing in that room are my mother's old books and my... It's my asshole husband, isn't it? He sent you to get the jewelry back, that motherfucker. And you're a professional thief, and he took a job to get some jewelry back for a butthurt soon-to-be ex-husband. I have to admit, I never would have thought he had it in him to try and steal from me. As far as I'm concerned, that jewelry is mine. Payment for the emotional distress caused by finding him in bed with our maid. Who knows how many other women? So, the question is, what do I do with you? I could send you back to him in pieces. That's not my style. Besides, it wouldn't hurt him. Nah, I should send you back to him with proof that he can never get back what he so desperately wants. And I'm not talking about the jewelry. See, I was just a prize for him, the perfect little wife. But I watched and I learned. I became better than he ever was and took over his business right from under him. And now I turned it into something he could never hope to match. So here's my offer. Come work for me instead. Permanently. You won't have to freelance anymore, doing stupid jobs like this one. I'll put your skills to good use. I can see you're tempted. You did regret taking this job. My husband didn't tell you who I was to him, did he? Told you it was just some fancy jewelry he wanted to get his hands on. He didn't tell you he gave each of them to me every time he fucked another woman, so I wouldn't suspect. After all, he was giving me so many beautiful gifts. Must mean he loves me. I'll tell you what. Why don't we make this even more painful for him? It's bad enough that you took some of the payment already. That he won't be getting the jewelry. and that he certainly won't win me back by holding that jewelry hostage, if that was his crazy plan. But why don't we rub it in his face a little? It's too bad your hands are still tied. Would love for you to run your hands all over me while I'm sitting in your lap. I suppose this isn't where you thought this conversation would be going. But you have to accept my offer first. Come work for me. And help me get some revenge on my husband for sending you here in the first place. There's a camera in here. I like to rewatch my interviews and interrogations in case I miss something important. Let's put it to good use, shall we?